Educating the Hispanic culture. The Hispanic culture is one of great interest to me. I work in a school that is predominantly Hispanic, and I have limited abilities in communicating with them, much less in helping them learn. Many of the students that I am responsible for have limited English skills, which makes it difficult to help them learn in an effective way. I have learned over the years some effective strategies and have access to 3 ESL teachers as resources. Robert Samuels reports in his article, "With Hispanic students on the rise, Hispanic teachers are in short supply," that with the surge of Hispanic students across the nation, schools are forced to reckon with a deep shortage of students who share their cultural heritage. Interesting, more than 21% of school children are Hispanic, compared with 7% of teachers. No other racial or ethnic minority group has such a wide disparity. Samuels also reports that research suggests that a more diverse faculty might lead to better attendance, fewer suspensions, and higher test scores. So this brings up the question, how do non-Hispanic teachers help bridge the gap with this new culture of student that they are accountable for? In the article, Preparing Hispanic Parents and Children for School, Valerie Casuelas offers some insight on how to slowly introduce the Hispanic population to the school environment. One excellent idea she presents is a summer school for upcoming kindergarten students. A museum room is designed to resemble kindergarten, complete with a teacher and structured activities as a way to introduce children from immigrant Hispanic families to an American classroom before they walk into one on their first day of school. A total of 60 students attended this summer session. Starting school is a considerable challenge for any child, and language barriers make it more difficult. One of the teachers at the summer school program stated that children that spoke limited English were often overlooked. Although this is not the case in my classroom, or do I feel at my school, one point that the teacher made I totally agree with. Oftentimes it takes a Hispanic child to Christmas to open up and feel comfortable in the English environment. Another important aspect to the summer school program was educating the parents about school as well. While their children were getting acquainted with what kindergarten was going to be all about, parents were being taught English and how to ask questions about school. Parents were also taught how to help prepare their child for school by using simple methods at home like household chores that incorporates counting. In my school district, a summer session like this would be great. Being a kindergarten teacher, I get firsthand those children that are limited English speakers. I see how frightened they are when starting and entering my room for the first time, not understanding anything. Hispanic parents are not different from American parents. They want their child to succeed. By the time Hispanic children enter school, their English-speaking peers have already had 3 years of learning numbers, letters, colors, and how to function in a structured classroom. This program has proven to be a success because of the high population of Hispanic families in the community the summer session was offered. Starting a program like this in my school district would put the Hispanic children more on a level playing field with their peers. With the Hispanic population growing by leaps and bounds, it is time to get serious about providing every opportunity we can to these students to ensure a maximal learning experience. In Lisa Guzmay's article, Getting Serious About Improving Hispanic Children's Chances, she states that the Hispanic population is the fastest growing ethnic group in the United States. Yet, they are doing worse in school than any of their peers. 2 bold actions have been developed to help increase the success of the Hispanic population. One action is to establish and strengthen dual language programs, which have been shown in recent studies to be more effective than English-only programs at bridging achievement gaps for Hispanic children. Another action is to provide more pre-kindergarten programs to Hispanic children, who have been shown in some studies to be less likely to attend preschool. Once these Hispanic children are in our rooms, not only do we have to work really hard at breaking down the language barrier, but figuring out how they learn the best. We know that every child is unique in his/her learning and the style in which he/she learns the best. Extensive research has been conducted on students of the American culture and how they learn best. Through trial and error, teachers have to decipher how best to approach teaching for Hispanic students. Research has proven that Hispanic students prefer a cool environment, conformity, peer-oriented learning, kinesthetic instructional resources, a high degree of structure, late morning and afternoon peak energy levels, variety as opposed to routines, and a field-dependent conjugative style. Educators must understand the Hispanic culture, language, and learning styles and incorporate this knowledge into the classroom to provide a quality and equal education, not just for the American student, but the Hispanic student as well. Here are some more interesting articles to check out about educating Hispanic students. Hispanic American students and learning styles at www.education.com. Hispanic youth are more likely to drop out of high school, studies show, at www.pbs.org. And Hispanic parent involvement in early childhood programs at www.evenstartnetwork.net.